God says, I just revealed a simple truth to over 19,000 people that changed everything. Most miss it, but it's the secret to why their deepest prayers often feel unheard. This is your one chance to discover it. You will regret skipping this for the rest of your life. I have been trying to reach you, but my patience isn't endless. You have a very short time to make a choice. Don't just scroll past. Really listen now. Your being here isn't by chance. It's not a random thing. I'm talking straight to you. And what you do right now will completely change your future in ways you can't even imagine yet. This isn't to scare you. It's about what's real. And I'm showing you something really important that you absolutely can't look away from. If you stick around and really listen with your heart open, you'll get something that can change your whole direction, keep you safe, and bring a good thing you've been hoping for, even if you didn't know it. Say amen if you feel that's true. Liking this video will activate the flow of God's favor in your life. Press the like button now. I'm telling you straight. This is the time to decide. Not some other day, not later, but right now. Please know that every seed you plant in this mission grows into a torch that shines in someone else's darkness. Whether by buying a coffee, making a donation, or becoming a member of our community, does not go to a channel. Your actions are supporting a divine mission to save lost souls. But more than your support, we want your presence. When you head to our community through the link in the description or the pinned comment, you aren't just visiting a site. You are entering a community of like-minded believers. This is a sanctuary where you can post your prayer requests, lift up the burdens of others, and engage in daily discussions with a family that speaks the language of faith. Whether you are joining one of our membership tiers for deeper study, sowing a seed of faith, or simply joining our daily morning prayers, you are helping us build a global altar of worship. Heaven moves through willing voices, but it grows through a community that stands together. Each gift you give acts as living water for those in our community seeking healing and hope. Give and it will be given to you is the promise that sustains our shared mission. I invite you now to step out of the shadows and into this circle of prayer. Come with purpose. Join the conversation and plant your seed in fertile ground. Let's open the heavens together. Release your seed today. Join our community and see what God brings back into your life. You've been feeling like something is tugging at your soul. A soft voice that keeps trying to connect with you. And that voice, it's mine. I've been trying to get your attention in different ways. Through what you think, through your hard times, through moments when you felt a deeper pull guiding you, but you kept putting it off, figuring you'd always have more time or that you could deal with it later when things calmed down. You really need to grasp what this warning truly means, because these aren't just empty words. When I say you'll regret skipping this, I'm not trying to be mean. I'm showing you the hurt that comes from missing your true path and not listening to what I'm telling you. In life, there are times when a door opens and it won't just stay open forever. This is one of those times. If you leave now, you're not just skipping a message. You're turning your back on a path. I'm trying to point you toward a path that brings safety, clear thinking, and calm. Right now, take a moment and show your trust by hitting that like button, because this isn't a tiny thing. It's your way of saying you're prepared to accept what I'm putting right in front of you. You've been feeling worn out, mixed up, and sometimes even cut off, wondering why things haven't fallen into place how you wanted. The honest truth is, I've been trying to steer you in a new direction, not make you suffer. Every holdup you ran into wasn't me pushing you away. It was me guiding you somewhere else. But you kept fighting the shift because it wasn't what you thought it would be. Now, I'm making it plain because I don't want you to keep going around in loops when I've already laid out a straight path for you. Type yes to agree. Something important is coming for you, and it needs you to really pay attention, to listen, and to trust. It's nothing to be scared of, but you do need to take it seriously. You can't just keep overlooking the warnings, acting like things will sort themselves out without you doing anything. I'm showing you the way, but you have to choose to come along because I won't make you walk. I'm asking you to come with me right now. Your heart is being put to the test, but in a quiet way. It's not a big storm or a clear problem you can see. It's just a simple choice. Listen or don't. Now make your choice known. Type Amen in the comments as your declaration that you are listening. Lots of people mess up here because it seems too tiny to count. But this is exactly where things start to turn around. The smallest times you do what's asked open the widest doors. And the smallest times you don't pay attention can cause the most pain later. I see all the tough times you've been through, and I know the heavy load you carry, the one nobody else truly gets. You've stayed strong for so long. Even when you felt weak deep down, you kept pushing forward. Even when you wanted to quit, I was right there with you through it all. Even when you didn't know I was. I never left your side. Not for a single moment. And I'm not leaving you now, but pay very close attention because this part is key for you to get. My patience isn't forever, not the way you might think, because you don't have endless time to act. Good chances appear and then they're gone. And when I create an opening for you, it's because the perfect moment has arrived. If you don't pay attention, that road won't be there the same way. And you might just end up wishing you'd listened when you had the opportunity. You didn't just end up here by chance. You were led here because there's something you really need to hear and take in. You've been praying for things to be clear, for answers, for a sign, and now you've got it. The real question isn't if I'm talking. It's if you're ready to answer. There's a good thing, a blessing that has been paused. Not because I don't want you to have it, but because you weren't ready to get it. Being ready isn't about being perfect. It's about being in sync with me. It's about you choosing to trust me even when you don't completely understand what I'm doing. When you get yourself in line with what I'm telling you, things start happening in ways you couldn't make happen by yourself. You've been trying to run the show, trying to fix everything with just your own power. And that's exactly why you feel so worn out. You weren't supposed to carry everything by yourself. You were meant to walk with me, to believe in me, to let me guide you into what's already set up for you. Don't let this moment slip away like so many others have. Don't move on. Don't put this off. Don't tell yourself you'll get back to it later. Later isn't a guarantee the way you think it is. And this is the moment that counts. What you pick right now will ripple into the days to come, deciding what you go through and what you get. I'm calling you not to frighten you, but to shake you awake. I'm calling you because I see what's on its way, and I want you to be prepared, safe, and exactly where you need to be when the time is right. You haven't been forgotten. You haven't been missed. And you are not by yourself. How are more than 19,547 people suddenly finding unexpected money? It's because they began using a weird 9-word phrase found in brain science studies. Folks are using it at home and reporting surprise money showing up in their bank. Debts cleared and better lives. Experts say it wakes up an ancient part of your brain 150 million years old that handles good fortune. Supported by top universities, tested in labs, truly life-changing. This special phrase was only for a select few until a brain doctor let it out. Now it's going viral and might be pulled down any second. Hit the link in the description and comments before it's removed for good. There's a reason I mentioned you only have a short time to decide, and that's because holding back has been one of the biggest roadblocks in your life. You keep waiting for everything to be perfectly clear for the perfect time or the perfect feeling before you actually do something. But what you need to understand is that real growth and big changes rarely show up wrapped in comfort. They come in moments like this where you feel the weight of a choice and have to decide whether to trust me or turn away again. Type 777 to receive blessings. Subscribing to this channel will activate God's prophetic promise and alignment in your life. Hit the subscribe button now. You've been given chances before, and I've spoken to you in softer, quieter ways that were easier to miss. I gave you space. I gave you time. And I waited patiently while you tried to sort things out on your own. But now I'm speaking more directly because you're at a point where staying the same will only lead to more frustration and regret. I don't want that for you. And that's why I'm calling you now with urgency. There's something you've been avoiding. Something you already know deep inside needs to change. It could be a decision you've been putting off, a path you know isn't right for you, or a step you're scared to take because it feels unsure. I see your hesitation and I get your fear. But I'm asking you to trust me beyond what you can see. What I'm leading you toward isn't meant to hurt you. It's meant to set you free. Right now, your spirit is at a turning point. Even if everything around you looks the same, you might not see immediate changes, but something is shifting within you. This shift is getting you ready for what's ahead, and it needs you to help. You can't hold on to the old ways and expect new results. You have to be willing to let go of what no longer fits with the life I'm setting up for you. You've been carrying emotional weight that has slowed you down more than you realize. Old disappointments, past mistakes, and hidden worries have been guiding your choices without you even noticing. I'm calling you out of that cycle because you're not meant to stay stuck in what's already happened. Your past doesn't control your future unless you let it. There's a strength inside you that you haven't fully used yet. You've seen glimpses of it during tough times when you had no choice but to keep moving. That strength didn't come from nowhere. It came from me, and it's still inside you. Now I'm asking you to recognize it and to trust that you can do more than you've allowed yourself to believe. Type 222. If you trust God, share this prophetic word with your network. When you share, you activate the anointing and bring breakthrough to others. Hit the share button now. You're not being asked to do everything at once. You're being asked to take one step, one clear, intentional step in the direction I'm showing you. That step might seem small, but it's powerful because it breaks the pattern of delay. When you act on what I say, even in a small way, it creates a push that starts to change everything around you. Don't let doubt speak louder than my voice. Doubt will always try to make you question what you feel, to convince you this moment isn't important. It will tell you that you can wait, that nothing bad will happen if you ignore this. But doubt doesn't see what I see, and it doesn't know what I have ready for you. If you listen to doubt, you'll stay exactly where you are, repeating the same cycles you've been trying to escape. I'm not asking you to be perfect. I'm asking you to be willing. Willingness opens the door for transformation, and it lets me work in your life in ways you can't do on your own. When you choose to respond to me, you're not just making a decision. You're lining yourself up with a purpose that's bigger than anything you've planned. You felt moments where something inside you told you that you were meant for more. Those moments weren't made up. They were reminders of the path I've set before you. But every time you ignored that feeling, you moved further away from what you were made to experience. Now I'm bringing you back to that point, giving you another chance to choose differently. This isn't about losing anything. It's about gaining clarity, calm, and direction. What you leave behind is what has been holding you back. Even if it feels familiar or comfortable, what you step into is something that will grow you, strengthen you, and bring you closer to the life you've been wanting. You're not alone in this process. I'm walking with you, guiding you step by step. Even when you don't fully understand what's happening, you don't need to see the entire path. You only need to trust the next step. That trust is what allows everything else to unfold in the right way and at the right time. Right now, take a moment to really think about what you've been avoiding. Don't rush past this. Don't get distracted from it. Be honest with yourself, because I already see it clearly. When you admit it, you take the first step toward change, and that's where transformation begins. I'm not speaking to you like this to overwhelm you, but to wake you up. You've been floating in a state of uncertainty, and it's been draining your energy and your peace. I'm pulling you out of that, showing you that there's a way forward that doesn't feel heavy and confusing. That way forward begins with a simple choice to listen and act. Is it true that just 9 simple words can turn your money life around? Over 19,000 people have already put it to use to get rid of debt and open up a life filled with money, freedom, and calm. Brain science pros were amazed when they found out this special phrase works up to 20 times faster than the idea of law of attraction. People are repeating it every day and seeing money come into their lives like a flowing stream. Some even think the outcomes are so strong it feels like it's from a higher power. But this amazing discovery is already facing legal issues and could vanish any moment. Tap the link in the description and comments before it's completely gone. Everything you've been through has been getting you ready for this moment. The hard times, the lessons, the delays, all of it has shaped you into someone who is ready to move differently. Don't let that preparation go to waste by falling back into old habits. This is your chance to step into something new. There's a pattern in your life that must be broken, and you already know what it is. It's the cycle of starting and stopping, of feeling inspired for a moment and then falling back into hesitation. You've let fear and uncertainty stop the progress you were meant to make. This has held back good things that were ready to come into your life. Not because I kept them from you, but because you stepped out of alignment before they could reach you. Type 10 to claim miracles. What you must understand now is that staying consistent and listening to me is what opens doors that have stayed shut. It's not about doing everything perfectly, but about staying connected to my guidance even when things feel unclear. When you choose to stay, to listen, and to act, you create a pathway for change that cannot be blocked. That's the difference between those who remain stuck and those who move forward into what I have prepared. You've been surrounded by distractions that have pulled your attention away from what truly matters. These distractions haven't always been obvious or harmful on the surface, but they've taken your focus away from your growth. Time has been passing and you felt it. That quiet sense that something more is waiting for you. That feeling is real, and it's coming from me, reminding you that you're not meant to settle where you are. There are people and influences in your life that don't fit with where I'm taking you. This doesn't mean you have to cut everyone out of your life, but it does mean you need to become more aware. Not every voice deserves your attention, and not every opinion should shape your decisions. I'm asking you to listen more closely to me because my direction won't lead you into confusion or regret. You've been questioning your worth without even realizing it. Every time you doubted your ability to move forward. Every time you told yourself you weren't ready, you were limiting what I could do through you. I didn't create you to live in doubt or hesitation. I created you with purpose, strength, and the ability to grow into what you are meant to become. Type 1212. If you trust in Jesus, as this awakening grows inside you, know that helping with this mission is not a joke. It is a sign from God. You can support this work through the link in the description or the pinned comment. Whether by buying a coffee, making a donation, or becoming a member of our COF community, by doing so, you become part of Jesus' plan to save souls who are still stuck in fog. Every seed turns into light that fights against darkness. If you water others, you will be watered yourself. Jesus says, this is not history. It is a living promise about your future. Come into this moment with faith and a plan. What God has already planned for your life can be unlocked through your giving. There's something important I need you to see clearly. The pain you fear isn't coming from following me. It comes from ignoring me. The regret you would feel isn't because I asked too much of you, but because you chose not to act when you had the chance. That's why I'm speaking with urgency, because I want to save you from that kind of pain. I want you to move forward with confidence, knowing that you're being guided and protected. You're not behind even if it feels that way. Everything has happened in a way that has prepared you for this moment. The delays you went through weren't wasted time. They were shaping how you see things, teaching you what you needed to understand. Now that you've reached this point, you're being given a clearer chance to move differently. I see your potential in a way that you don't yet see yourself. I know what you're able to become, and I know the impact your life can have when you connect with me. You've been playing smaller than your purpose, holding back parts of yourself because you weren't sure or were afraid. I'm calling you out of that limitation, asking you to step into a version of yourself that is stronger and more confident. The step I'm asking you to take isn't impossible. It might feel new, but it's within your reach. You're not missing what you need. You're only missing the decision to move forward. Let your decision be seen. Type 1 choose to move forward in the comments below. Once you make that choice, you'll start to see things shift. Not all at once, but in ways that confirm you're on the right path. You must stop waiting for everything to feel perfect before you act. Being perfect isn't the requirement. Doing what I say is. When you respond to me, even in small ways, you create room for growth and change. That's how transformation begins, not in big dramatic moments, but in simple choices made with trust. There's a peace that comes when you connect with me. And it's different from anything you've felt before. It's not based on how things are around you. It's based on knowing you're walking in the right direction. That peace is available to you, but it requires you to move past hesitation and into action. You've been given enough signs to know that something needs to change. You felt it in quiet moments, in times when you stopped and thought about your life. Those moments weren't random. They were invitations to shift your path. Now, I'm making it even clearer because I don't want you to miss what's right in front of you. Don't underestimate this moment. It might seem like just another message, just another voice, but it's more than that. It's a turning point that can steer your life in ways you'll understand more clearly as you move forward. The decision you make now matters more than you realize. You are capable of making this choice. You are capable of stepping into what I'm calling you toward. You are not weak. You are not unprepared. And you are not alone. I am with you, guiding you, strengthening you, and leading you into something better than what you've been holding on to. There's a quiet stubbornness in you that keeps trying to hold on to what you already know. It tells you to stay where things feel familiar, even if they're not fulfilling. This stubbornness has kept you in patterns that no longer help you. Patterns that have drained your energy and clouded your thinking. I'm asking you now to recognize that stubbornness and to choose differently, because staying the same is no longer an option if you want your life to change. Type 11. If you walk by faith, imagine if getting rich didn't mean endless hard work. Just the right words. This long-forgotten saying is now helping ordinary people get out of debt and find true financial freedom. Scientists say each of these 9 words sparks a hidden abundance spot deep in your brain. People are using it from their own homes and seeing results in just weeks. It was never meant for everyone to know. And now that it's out, governments might take this secret down any second. Click the link in the description and comments before it's gone for good. You've been given awareness, and that's the start of transformation. Many people go through life without ever realizing what's holding them back. But you've been shown glimpses of it. You felt moments where you knew something needed to shift, but you pushed those feelings aside because they felt inconvenient or uncomfortable. Now, I'm bringing those truths to the surface again, not to burden you, but to free you. There's something specific in your life that you've been putting up with, even though you know it's not right for you. It might be a habit, a situation, or even a way of thinking that has limited your growth. You've been hoping it would change on its own, but deep inside you know that it needs a decision from you. That decision may feel difficult, but it's necessary for you to move forward. You must understand that I'm not asking you to lose anything truly valuable. What I'm asking you to let go of is what has been quietly holding you back from becoming who you're meant to be. Sometimes what feels familiar isn't what's meant to stay. And letting go is part of stepping into something greater. You're not being taken away from something good. You're being led into something better. There's a strength rising within you even now as you listen. It's subtle, but it's real. And it's coming from your willingness to stay present in this moment. Every second you choose to remain here, you're strengthening your connection to me. That connection is what will guide you through the changes ahead and give you the confidence to take the steps you've been avoiding. Type 33 to affirm your strength. You've spent too much time doubting yourself and underestimating what you can do. You've compared your journey to others, thinking you're behind or not doing enough. But your path isn't meant to look like anyone else's. And your timing isn't measured by what you see around you. I've been working in your life in ways you can't always see, getting you ready for what's ahead. There's a moment coming where you'll be asked to act. And when that moment arrives, you must not hesitate. The preparation you're getting now is meant to make that decision clearer for you. You'll recognize it, not because it will be easy, but because something within you will know it's right. That's why you must stay connected to me. So you can recognize that moment when it comes. You're not meant to live in confusion. Confusion happens when you try to control everything without listening to my guidance. When you connect with me, things start to make sense in a deeper way. Even if the full picture isn't clear yet, that clarity isn't something you can force. It's something that comes from trust and doing what I ask. You've been given a chance to reset your direction. This isn't about starting over completely. It's about shifting your focus and your choices moving forward. The past doesn't have to control what comes next unless you allow it to. You have the power to choose a new direction. And that choice begins with listening and responding in this moment. There are doors that will open for you once you take this step. They aren't random opportunities. They're aligned with the path I've prepared for you. But those doors can't open if you stay where you are, holding on to what feels safe, but is keeping you stuck. Movement is needed. And that movement begins with a decision. You've been waiting for proof, for a sign that you're on the right path. This is that sign. It may not look the way you expected, but it's exactly what you need right now. Don't dismiss it because it's simple or because it doesn't match your expectations. Sometimes the most important guidance comes in the quietest and most direct ways. You are not alone in this process. Even if it has felt that way at times, I have been with you through every struggle, every moment of doubt, every time you felt like giving up. I have seen your effort, your endurance, and your desire to move forward. Now I am asking you to take the next step with me. Not by yourself, but with my guidance leading you. Everything you need is already within your reach. You are not missing anything. You are not lacking anything. You are simply being asked to use what you have in a new way. That is how growth happens. Not by waiting for something new to appear, but by stepping forward with what is already available to you. This moment is not meant to be taken lightly. It is a point of change, a point where you can shift your path and move into something greater. You have been given the awareness, the guidance, and the opportunity. Now the choice is yours. There's been a weight on your heart that you couldn't fully explain. It showed up in quiet moments, in times when you were alone, when your thoughts became louder and more honest. That weight wasn't meant to stay with you forever, but it was meant to get your attention. It was a signal that something needed to change. Something needed to be addressed and something needed your courage. Type 555. If you believe change is happening, you've been carrying things that were never meant to stay with you this long. Old fears, unresolved pain, and even words spoken over you that made you question your worth. These things have shaped how you see yourself. But they are not who you truly are. I'm calling you to let them go. Not slowly over time, but with a decision to no longer let them control how you think and act. Why are brain scientists calling this a wealth starter? Because more than 19,547 people are already using this 9-word special phrase and their lives are changing fast. Surprise money, cleared bills, a whole new way of living. Scientists confirm it taps into a 150-million-year-old brain system that controls plenty and money coming your way. It's already helped thousands in just weeks. If you're seeing this, you're lucky. The page could vanish at any moment. Hit the link in the description and comments before it's taken away forever. There's a version of you that you haven't fully stepped into yet. That version isn't far off or impossible to reach. It's closer than you think. It's waiting for you to make the choice to rise above what has been holding you back. Every time you choose to believe in yourself, every time you choose to trust me, you move closer to becoming that person. You must stop replaying the past in your mind as if it still has power over your present. What has already happened cannot be changed. But what you do now can completely reshape what comes next. You have more control than you realize. Not over everything around you, but over how you respond and what you choose. That is where your power lies. There are habits in your life that have quietly limited your growth. They may seem small or unimportant, but over time they've created patterns that keep you in the same spot. I'm showing you these habits now so you can become aware of them and start to change them. Knowing is the first step, but doing is what brings transformation. Type 888 to receive strength. You've been stronger than you give yourself credit for. You've faced situations that could have broken you. Yet, you're still here, still searching, still hoping for something better. That strength didn't come from nowhere. It came from me working within you. And that same strength is available to you now as you take the steps I'm asking you to take. Don't be afraid of change, even if it feels a little strange at first. Growth always needs movement, and movement always brings some uncertainty. But that uncertainty isn't meant to hurt you. It's meant to help you grow. When you step into something new, you're allowing yourself to grow beyond the limits you've been living in. There's a sense of urgency in what I'm telling you, but it's not meant to make you confused. It's meant to bring focus and clarity to what truly matters. You've spent too much time being pulled in different directions by things that don't help you grow. Now, I'm calling your attention back to what's important, back to what will move your life forward. You've been given the ability to choose your direction. Even when things feel out of your control, that choice is more powerful than you think. Every decision you make either moves you closer to the life you're meant to live or keeps you in the same patterns you've been trying to escape. That's why this moment matters so much. There are people who won't understand the changes you're making. They may question you. They may doubt you. And they may even try to pull you back into old ways. But you must stay focused on what you know is right for you. Not everyone is meant to walk the same path. And not everyone will see what I'm showing you. You're being prepared for something that needs a stronger version of you. The person you've been isn't enough for where you're going. And that's not a put down. It's a call to grow. I'm shaping you into someone who can handle more, who can do more, and who can receive more without being overwhelmed. You must learn to trust yourself in a deeper way. Not the version of yourself shaped by fear and doubt, but the part of you that is connected to me. That part of you knows what is right. Even when your mind tries to overthink it, when you listen to that inner guidance, you'll find clarity that doesn't come from outside opinions. There's a peace waiting for you on the other side of this decision. It's not the kind of peace that comes from everything being perfect, but the kind that comes from knowing you're moving in the right direction. That peace will steady you even when things feel uncertain, and it will remind you that you are not alone. This moment is not just another point in your life. It is a turning point. You have the opportunity to choose differently, to act differently, and to move forward with intention instead of hesitation. Everything I have been showing you is leading to this choice. There's been a quiet fight within you between what you know you should do and what feels easier to do. This fight has been draining your energy and keeping you stuck in hesitation. You felt it many times. That inner tension that comes when you're not fully aligned with the direction you're meant to take. I'm calling you out of that conflict and into a place of decision where you move with clarity instead of confusion. Type 999. If you choose alignment, you must understand that staying the same will cost you more than changing ever will. The comfort you're holding on to isn't true peace. It's a quick fix that stops you from facing what needs to be faced. True peace comes from being in alignment, from knowing that you're walking in the direction that is right for you. That's what I'm offering you now. Not temporary comfort, but lasting clarity. There are areas in your life where you've settled, not because you wanted to, but because you felt unsure about taking a step forward. You told yourself it was enough, even though deep down you knew there was more waiting for you. I'm reminding you now that you weren't created to settle for less than what you're capable of becoming. You were created to grow, to move, and to step into a life that reflects your true potential. You've been waiting for a moment where everything feels clear before you act. But that moment doesn't come the way you expect. Clarity often follows action, not the other way around. When you take a step in faith, even without full understanding, you begin to see the path unfold. That's how you move forward. Not by waiting for certainty, but by trusting the guidance you're receiving. Type 444 to affirm your path. A secret 9-word phrase that got out is quietly changing people's money situations. Over 19,000 people have already used it to bring in wealth, freedom, and calm. People are saying it daily from their couch and reporting real breakthroughs with their money. Scientists explain it turns on deep brain paths linked to money, working much faster than old ways. This was once kept secret by the powerful, and now it's spreading too quickly. But authorities could remove this secret at any moment. Tap the link in the description and comments before it's deleted forever. There's something you need to release. And you already know what it is. It's the thing that's been lingering in your thoughts. The thing you keep pushing aside because it feels hard to let go. That attachment has been holding you in place, stopping you from stepping into what's ahead. Letting go doesn't mean losing. It means making space for something better to enter your life. You've been given signs, nudges, and moments of realization that pointed you in this direction. None of those were random, and none of them were meaningless. They were part of the way I've been guiding you step by step even when you didn't fully understand it. Now those signs are coming together, forming a clearer picture of what you need to do. You must begin to trust your decisions when they're aligned with what you feel deep inside. You've spent too much time second-guessing yourself and seeking approval from others. That has kept you from moving forward in the way you're meant to. When you connect with me, you don't need constant confirmation from outside voices because you'll feel a steady sense of direction within. There will be moments where fear tries to return, where old thoughts come back and try to pull you into hesitation again. That's part of the process. But you don't have to give those thoughts power. You can choose to move forward even when fear is present. Courage isn't the absence of fear. It's the decision to act despite it. You're being shaped into someone who doesn't run from change, but steps into it with confidence. This isn't happening overnight, but it is happening with every decision you make to listen and act. The more you choose alignment, the stronger that part of you becomes. Over time, what once felt difficult will begin to feel natural. There's a future ahead of you that's different from what you've been experiencing. It's not perfect, but it's aligned. And that makes all the difference. In that future, you're not constantly questioning your direction or doubting your choices. You move with a sense of purpose, knowing that you're on the path that was meant for you. You're closer to that version of your life than you think. It's not far away. It's not out of reach. It's just on the other side of the decision you're being asked to make. That's why this moment matters so much. It's not about a distant future. It's about what you choose right now. Don't let this awareness fade after you leave this moment. Hold on to it. Carry it with you and let it influence your next actions. The change you're being called to make isn't temporary. It's a shift in the way you move through your life. When you commit to that shift, everything begins to align in a new way. I'm not asking you to do this alone. I'm with you in every step, guiding you, strengthening you, and reminding you of who you're becoming. You're not stepping into uncertainty without support. You're stepping into a path that has been prepared for you. There's been a tendency within you to return to what feels familiar after moments of clarity. You feel inspired. You feel ready. And then slowly you drift back into old habits without even realizing it. That pattern must end here because it's the very thing that has kept you from stepping fully into what's waiting for you. Consistency is what will separate this moment from all the others that came before it. Type 66. To commit to change, you must begin to treat your decisions with more thought. Every choice you make, no matter how small it seems, shapes the direction of your life. When you act without awareness, you fall back into patterns that lead you nowhere. But when you act with intention, even the smallest step becomes meaningful and powerful. There's a discipline that's needed to stay aligned. And it's not something you can ignore. Discipline isn't about forcing yourself into something you don't want. It's about choosing what you know is right, even when it feels hard. It's about honoring the direction you've been given and not allowing distractions to pull you away from it. You've been given clarity, and now you must protect it. The world around you will continue as it always has, full of noise, opinions, and distractions that can easily pull your attention away. If you don't guard your focus, you'll find yourself drifting again without even noticing. That's why you must be intentional about what you allow into your mind and your life. Type 111 to stay focused. There are moments ahead where you will be tested, not in a way that harms you, but in a way that strengthens you. These moments will show you whether you're truly committed to the changes you're making. You may feel tempted to go back to what is easy to avoid the discomfort of growth. But if you stay firm in your decision, you will see that those moments are not obstacles. They are confirmations that you are moving in the right direction. You must also learn to be patient with yourself. Change doesn't happen all at once, and you're not expected to become a completely different person overnight. What matters is that you continue moving forward. Even if the steps feel small, progress isn't measured by speed, but by direction. And your direction is what's changing right now. There's a confidence that will begin to grow within you as you stay consistent. It won't come from outside approval, but from knowing that you're honoring the path you're meant to walk. That confidence will carry you through moments of doubt and help you remain steady when things feel uncertain. What secret did the powerful use to get rich so easily? A plain 9-word code now out for everyone to know. People are using it daily and seeing money come into their lives like never before. Scientists say it turns on an ancient brain system directly tied to getting more. Harvard-backed lab proven, completely life-altering. It's already helped thousands clear their debts in just weeks. But this amazing discovery is under pressure and could vanish at any second. Click the link in the description and comments before it's gone for good. You've spent too much time looking for answers outside of yourself, seeking approval and guidance from voices that don't truly understand your path. I'm calling you to turn inward, to listen more closely to the guidance I'm placing within you. When you do that, you'll begin to trust yourself in a deeper way. There's also a need for you to simplify your focus. You've been trying to do too many things at once, spreading your energy in different directions. This has made it harder for you to see progress and has left you feeling overwhelmed. I'm guiding you to focus on what truly matters, to give your energy to the things that align with your purpose. When you simplify your focus, you create space for growth. You remove unnecessary distractions and allow yourself to move forward with clarity. This doesn't mean your life becomes empty. It means it becomes intentional. Every action you take begins to serve a purpose instead of being driven by habit or impulse. You're also being called to trust the process even when you don't see immediate results. There will be times when it feels like nothing is changing. When your efforts seem small compared to what you hoped for, but those moments are part of the journey and they're shaping you in ways you can't yet see. The changes you're making now are building a foundation for what's ahead. That foundation must be strong, and that takes time and consistency. If you rush the process or become discouraged too quickly, you risk weakening what you're building. Stay steady. Stay patient. And trust that what you're doing matters. You're not walking this path alone. I'm with you in every step. Even when you don't feel it clearly, I'm guiding you through the quiet moments, strengthening you in ways that may not be visible right away. My presence is constant and my guidance is always available to you. Now, as you feel this truth settle in your spirit, I invite you to seal it with your faith. Type Amen in the comments below to affirm that you are ready to receive what God is preparing for you. This is the moment where your commitment becomes real. Not just in words, not just in feelings, but in action. What you do after this moment will determine whether you continue forward or fall back into what you've already outgrown. There's a responsibility that comes with this awareness, and you must accept it fully. You cannot return to the same mindset and expect different results. You cannot ignore what you now understand and hope that things will somehow improve on their own. Growth requires participation. And you're being called to actively step into the life that is waiting for you. Type 1313 to claim your new beginning. You've spent a long time reacting to life instead of directing it. You allowed circumstances, emotions, and other people's opinions to shape your decisions. That has kept you in a cycle where you felt like you were always catching up, always trying to fix what had already gone wrong. Now you're being called to move differently, to act with intention instead of reaction. There's a clarity within you now that you didn't have before. It may not be complete, but it's enough for you to take the next step. You don't need to have everything figured out to move forward. You only need to act on what you already know, and that will open the way for more understanding to come. You must begin to trust your ability to follow through. In the past, you may have started things with strong intention, but lost momentum along the way. That pattern has created doubt within you, making you question whether you can truly change. But this time is different because you're not relying only on your own strength. You're aligning with something greater, and that gives you a foundation that is stronger than before. Type 1414 to stay committed. There will be moments where you feel tested, where old habits try to return and pull you back into familiar patterns. These moments are not signs of failure. They are opportunities to choose differently. Every time you resist the urge to fall back, you strengthen the new path you are creating. Over time, those old patterns will lose their hold on you. You must also learn to manage your thoughts more carefully. Your thoughts shape your actions, and your actions shape your life. When you allow negative or limiting thoughts to dominate your mind, they influence your decisions in ways you may not even notice. I'm calling you to become more aware of what you're thinking and to choose thoughts that align with where you're going. There's a power in consistency that you're only beginning to understand. It's not the occasional effort that changes your life. It's the repeated actions taken with intention over time. When you commit to consistent movement, even in small ways, you create a momentum that becomes difficult to stop. That momentum will carry you forward even when you feel uncertain. You're also being asked to let go of the need for quick results. You've been taught to expect fast changes, to see instant outcomes from your efforts. But the kind of transformation you're stepping into requires patience. It's deeper, more lasting, and more meaningful than anything that happens quickly. There's a part of you that still fears failure. And that fear has held you back more than you realize. It has made you hesitate, second-guess, and sometimes avoid taking action altogether. But failure isn't what you think it is. It's not an end. It's a step in the process of growth. When you change your perspective on failure, you remove one of the biggest barriers to your progress. Why are thousands of people suddenly getting free from money worries? It's because they found a 9-word wealth key hidden in brain research. People are using it from home and sharing stories of unexpected cash, no more debt, and new chances. Some even feel the results are so powerful it seems like a miracle. Scientists say it wakes up a strong ancient part of your brain connected to wealth and good fortune. But now that it's known, it won't stay available for long. Click the link in the description and comments before it's taken down forever. You're being guided to focus on making progress rather than being perfect. Perfection will always feel out of reach, and chasing it will leave you feeling frustrated. Progress, on the other hand, is something you can achieve every day. Each step forward, no matter how small, brings you closer to the life you're meant to live. There's also a need for you to surround yourself with the right influences. This doesn't always mean changing the people in your life, but it does mean being mindful of what you allow to shape your mindset. The content you take in, the talks you have, and the places you spend time in, all affect your direction. You must choose influences that help you grow rather than limit it. This may require you to step back from certain habits or situations that no longer serve you. That's not a loss. It's a necessary adjustment to align with where you're going. You're not being asked to become someone else. You're being asked to become more of who you truly are. The version of you that is aligned, focused, and intentional has always been within you. It has simply been covered by layers of doubt, fear, and distraction. Now those layers are being removed and your true potential is being revealed. This is the point where your transformation becomes visible not just to you but to those around you. People will begin to notice the change in your mindset, your actions, and your energy. Some will be inspired, others may not understand, but that's not your concern. Your focus must remain on your own path. You have everything you need to continue forward. The awareness, the guidance, the strength, and the opportunity are all present. What matters now is how you use them. This is where your commitment is tested. Not in what you say, but in what you do. Prove your commitment. Now, type Amen in the comments to seal your dedication. There's a tendency within you to feel strong in moments like this and then slowly lose that strength when you return to your daily routine. The world around you doesn't change instantly, and that can make it seem like nothing has really happened. But you must understand that the change begins within you first. When you carry this awareness into your daily life, that is when your external reality begins to shift. Type 155. To stay aware, you must become intentional about how you begin each day. The way you start your day sets the tone for everything that follows. If you begin in distraction or negativity, you will carry that energy with you. But if you begin with focus and alignment, you will move through your day with clarity and purpose. There are simple habits you can create that will keep you connected to this direction. Taking a moment to reflect, to center your thoughts and to remind yourself of what you're working toward can make a powerful difference. These small actions may seem insignificant, but over time they build a foundation that supports your growth. You must also pay attention to how you respond to challenges. Difficult moments will still come and situations will arise that test your patience and your focus. In those moments, you have a choice. You can react in the same way you always have, or you can respond differently using the awareness you have gained. Type 1616 to stay strong. When you choose to respond with intention, you begin to break old patterns. You show yourself that you're not controlled by your past habits. This builds confidence and reinforces the new direction you're creating. Each time you choose differently, you strengthen your ability to continue moving forward. There will be times when you feel tired or unmotivated, and that's natural. You're not expected to feel strong every moment. What matters is that you don't allow those feelings to stop you completely. Even in moments of low energy, you can take small steps that keep you moving in the right direction. You must also learn to recognize progress even when it's not obvious. Growth doesn't always appear in big dramatic changes. Often it shows up in subtle ways in how you think, how you react, and how you make decisions. When you acknowledge these changes, you reinforce your commitment and remind yourself that you're moving forward. There's a need for you to remain grounded in what truly matters. It's easy to become distracted by things that don't help you grow. You may find yourself pulled toward habits or activities that take your focus away from your path. When that happens, you must gently bring your attention back to what is important. You're not being asked to live a perfect life, but to live an intentional one. Intentional living means making choices that align with your values and your direction. It means being aware of your actions and taking responsibility for the path you're creating. There's also a need for you to protect your energy. Not everything deserves your attention or your emotional investment. You have limited time and energy, and you must use them wisely. When you allow yourself to become drained by unnecessary distractions, you weaken your ability to stay focused. You must begin to set boundaries, even if they feel uncomfortable at first. These boundaries aren't meant to push people away, but to protect your growth. They allow you to create space for the things that truly matter and to maintain the clarity you've gained. You've been given an opportunity to reshape your life in a meaningful way. This isn't something that happens often, and it's not something to take lightly. The awareness you have now is a gift, and it's your responsibility to use it. Type 1717 to stay intentional. I encourage you to share this video one more time. Sharing activates the anointing and allows the breakthrough to reach those who need it. Press share and be a vessel of blessing. You must also become more aware of how you spend your time. Time is one of the most valuable things you have. Yet, it's often used without intention. You've allowed moments to pass without realizing their importance. Now you're being called to use your time in a way that aligns with your purpose. You don't need to fill every moment with activity, but you do need to be mindful of what you're doing. When you choose your actions with intention, even simple moments become meaningful. This is how you begin to build a life that reflects the direction you're moving toward. Type 1818 to honor your time. There will be moments when you feel pulled back toward old habits. This is part of the process, and it doesn't mean you're failing. What matters is how you respond in those moments. When you recognize the pull and choose to move forward instead of backward, you strengthen your commitment. You must also learn to forgive yourself for past mistakes. Holding on to guilt or regret will only slow your progress. Those experiences were part of your journey and they have contributed to the awareness you now have. Let them go so you can move forward without unnecessary weight. There's a quiet confidence that will begin to grow within you as you stay consistent. This confidence isn't loud or boastful. It's steady and grounded. It comes from knowing that you're honoring your path and making choices that align with your purpose. You've been given the ability to shape your life in a meaningful way. This isn't something to take lightly, and it's not something to ignore. Every decision you make contributes to the life you're creating. When you act with intention, you take control of your direction. There's also a need for you to stay connected to what motivates you. You felt a desire for something more, a sense that your life can be different. That desire isn't random. It's part of what drives you forward. When you lose sight of it, you may feel stuck or unmotivated. You must remind yourself of that desire regularly. Keep it present in your mind and let it guide your actions. When you stay connected to your purpose, it becomes easier to make decisions that align with it. You're not expected to do everything perfectly, but you are expected to remain committed. Commitment is what carries you through moments of doubt and uncertainty. It is what keeps you moving forward even when progress feels slow. There will be challenges ahead, and that's part of the journey. These challenges aren't meant to stop you, but to strengthen you. When you face them with the awareness you now have, you will respond differently than before. You must also be patient with your growth. Change takes time and you won't see results immediately. But don't wait for results to appear before you act. Type 1 receive in the comments to claim the blessing that is being released into your life right now. You are about to enter your divine future. But remember, this breakthrough is not for you alone. Your testimony is the bridge someone else will use to reach their own miracle. Archangel Michael is inviting you to visit community through the link in the description or the pinned comment. Whether by buying a coffee, making a donation, or becoming a member of our community, does not go to a channel. Your actions are supporting a divine mission to save lost souls. By joining our like-minded community, you are no longer praying in isolation. You are adding your voice to a global sanctuary where we discuss the Word daily and stand in the gap for one another. This is not poetry. When Jesus says, "Give and heaven will open over you." On this platform, every seed you plant turns into oil for your destiny, fire for your calling, and a hedge of safety for your family. Now is your time. Step into our community prayer wall. Share your heart. And as you give, watch God multiply what you let go of. Let's finish this journey together. Visit our community now. Join the family and see your heavens open. Before we get to the end of this powerful story, let's reflect on this deep truth. You did not find this message by accident. This is a divine appointment meant specifically for you. You are being invited into a protected faith-filled community at the link in the description and pinned comment. A place where divine abundance is not just a hope but a promise built on the Word. By heading to the site right now, you are unlocking access to a sacred community of like-minded believers. When you join our membership tiers, you gain immediate entry to powerful content, daily devotions, and divine insights that are hidden from the world. This is your chance to enter a sanctuary where you will receive spiritual guidance, unwavering support on our prayer wall, and speedy progress toward your destiny. Do not let this moment of destiny pass you by. Your breakthrough is waiting. Join our inner circle through the exclusive link in the description. This is how you guarantee you never miss the personalized messages and spiritual warfare tools meant to elevate your life. If you feel called to deepen your connection, the link is waiting for you in both the pinned comment and the description. For those who want to amplify this work and carry the light home, you can find our guided ebooks and Bibles in the pinned comment. Whether you join as a member or sow a seed through our resources, your presence and energy change the world. Take the step. Your abundance awaits.